Hello and welcome back to another episode. Episode 13. Plenty more races for us in this episode, but on a higher difficulty this time. I cranked up the difficulty from hard to extreme. So let's start this episode off with the Rodos Grand Prix, a Greek race here, a flat race, a 1.2 race as well, and we have been on a win streak in these 1.2 races. Will that change now the difficulty is on extreme? We'll have to figure that out. It should be a race fit for sprinters. There's a little bit of a hilly section, but I think they should do well here. Next up is the Trofej Poreč, a Croatian race, if I can remember my flags correctly. And it is a bit of a hilly race, however it is classified as flat, so our sprinters should do well here if they can survive the hills. It is all a matter of surviving the up and down sections that you see here. Next up, we have our first 1.1 race. It is the Betcity Elfstedenrace. It is a very, very flat race with two windy sections as well. So it will be very important for us to try and survive those windy sections, position properly, and be up front so we can do a good sprint here towards the end. Next up is the Tour de Taiwan, a 2.1 race, another 0.1 race. Very good for our points if we score well here. But this race has 3 hill sections and 2 flat ones. So it is a mixture of sprinting and climbing here for us. However, the climbs seem to flatten out there towards the end. Let's see what our sprinters can do. Next up, the Grand Prix Apollon Temple, a Turkish race here, another 1.2 race, a very flat race at that. Seems perfect for our sprinters, so we'll have to capitalize on that with them. Hopefully they can do well there. Next up is the Grand Prix Breda KoRail, a very hilly race. Last season we rode this as well, and we got, I don't think, even a 20th place in this. So hopefully we can score better this time, get a better position, and yeah, let's see how we'll do. Last but certainly not least, the Buang Sifai International Road Race, a Thai race, very, very flat, ready for us to do another sprint victory here again. That is what we're hoping for. Again, a 1.2 race, so I'm hoping to extend our victory streak with that. And yeah, let's start it off with the Rodos Grand Prix. Again, another 1.2 race, and also with this one, I'm hoping to extend our victory streak. Let's see if we can.
Welcome. Today's terrain is fairly level, so it's ideal ground for those who are good on the flat. Today's race will be run under pouring rain.
Pouring rain for us today here in Greece. Not really the temperatures and weather that we are expecting, to be honest. And seeing that it is a day stage race, I don't expect the breakaway to get away very much. So it will be a matter for us to protect our riders here in the bunch. You see Sapakowski sadly with a -1 today, but we also have Karl Christoph, our number 1 of the team, winning a bunch of races, basically almost all of them so far that he has participated in. Hoping with this extreme difficulty that there will be a bit more challenge for us there today. And yeah, let's see what will happen here. In these last 9 kilometers, we have our sprint train together. Cole Owen is up front, leading us out. You see a lot of our riders already lost a lot of energy. These climbs and hills in between have cost them a lot of stamina. So it'll just be the importance for us to get towards the end and basically deliver a good lead out and a good sprint here. Sapakowski with a -1, he will be part of the lead out a bit earlier. His sprint stats sadly not the best today, although he does have a +1 on his sprinting stats, so maybe I should have done that slightly better. Well, it is what it is. 4 kilometers left to go. We still have 3 people in our lead out train, which means that this should go rather well. 3 kilometers left to go. Van Strijtem is now up front here in this race, starting off his sprint. Verity going next, +3 on his sprint stat today. That means a 75 for him today. And Karl Christoph +3 as well on there as well, 77 for him. That should mean that he has a very powerful sprint. Can Karl Christoph pass Verity here towards the end? Yes, he can. Another victory here for Christoph Kral. Oysen Verity with the 2nd place. Continuing our victory streak, even on extreme difficulty. We keep winning, we keep being victorious. Very good job here today by Christoph Kral in the rainy weather. Getting another 1st place, extending that victory streak that we have going on. Who will stop Christoph Kral? Who will be able to stop our amazing rider here, our Czech rider here? Is anyone able to do this? We will have to see. Beautiful little tree slash bush here, by the way, blocking the view. Let's quickly go to the results. Christoph Kahl, number 1, Ferriti Oysen, number 2. Fantastic job here by our 2 riders. The rest of our team ending in around the 30th position or higher. That means that we end up also first in the team classification. Good for the monies, not very important for the points. What is important for us, however, is this first place. Next up, the Trofej Porec, a flat race which has a lot of hills. So we'll kind of have to see how our riders will do.
Today's terrain is fairly level, so it's ideal ground for those who are good on the flat. We've got absolutely beautiful weather for this race.
Unlike the Rhodes Grand Prix, we do have beautiful weather here today, but it affects our riders not in a positive way, sadly. Apparently rainy weather is what our riders like. Very Dutch of them. Anyway, today basically our sprint out will most likely be Savakovsky and Fietze. Fietze, our everything specialist, our classic specialist. And yeah, basically what we need to do is survive these hilly sections that are coming up. There are about 6 to 7 hills here. So it is quite the tricky. I sent... Oh, actually, it didn't send anything, but quite rapidly the group has broken up. You already see a gap of 1.5 minutes towards the second group without me doing anything. Jae Hwan-jun, Heo Sung-soo, and Fietske are basically in this front group, and I'm okay with them pushing this. Let's exhaust the other riders and get our riders basically all the way to the front. Here towards the end, 8 kilometers left to go. We have our lead-out train going. You see the rest of our riders are actually quite tired. Even Cole just seems to be like out of it, even though he does have a lot of stamina left. Savakovsky, Jae Hwan-jun, and Fietske Paul are the ones that are remaining for our team. The finish is uphill, so I need to time this properly. We do have Jae Hwan-jun and Fietske, who are decent uphill riders. They are decent mountain riders. Do they have the sprint stats today to finish it off? It is quite a while to go towards the end. Still 3 kilometers remaining, and Savakovsky is already up front. That means that if I go now, that would cause some difficulties for our riders, but a group is sprinting away. If I want a victory here, I cannot let that happen. 1.5 kilometers to go. I do a very early sprint here with Fietske. Can Fietske hold on? 1 kilometer to go. Other riders are also sprinting. There is a weird quarter here. Can Fietske make it? The other riders seem to pass him. Does he? Can he take the position back? Oh, another rider coming here front. No, Fietske barely losing out here to the Polish rider. Fantastic job here by Fietske still. A very, very early sprint. Held on for a very long time. The other riders tried to pass him. One actually succeeded. And yeah, Fietske here with a second place in this race. Stopping our win streak. Continuing still, I will count it, the win streak of Christoph Kahl continuing. Fietske Paul here with a second place. Still pretty good here in this 1.2 race. Next up is the Betcity Elfstedenrace, a 1.1 race, a very difficult race. We are not even in the top 10 here with our sprinters, and I've brought basically all of them, all the good ones today. So let's see what will happen.
Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome. The profile of this race is quite flat. Expect a fast pace from the peloton. It is under a bright sun that today's race will be run.
A bright sun again today, but this time it doesn't seem to impact our riders as negatively as the previous race. Again, a 1.1 race, a day stage race. I don't think the breakaway will stay away here. It is a very windy section in the middle, and we can make the ride very difficult, but either way this will be a very difficult race for us. A 1.1 race, races that we are not necessarily used to, as we have been racing in a lot of 1.2 races and getting a lot of victories there. But these 1.1 races are quite difficult, and with 8 kilometers to go here, you see our riders are exhausted. Hong and Yon already done here with their lead outs, and there's still a group away, 2 minutes away. That means the breakaway does actually get away here in this race. Unexpected, very unexpected. I guess I should have pushed a lot earlier. Should have done my best a bit quicker. 5 kilometers left to go, 1.5 minutes remaining. The time is dropping quite rapidly. Savakovsky is really pushing this. Will he make it towards the end? There's almost 1 kilometer remaining. He basically rode away 30 seconds within 1 kilometer. So a fantastic job here by Savakovsky. 2 riders remaining here in this lead-out terrain. Let's see if Van Strijdom can do anything. Ooh, a lot of riders already doing a semi-sprint, trying to get away. We need to catch up to these riders. 2 kilometers left to go. I do a very early sprint here with Verity. KoRail Christoph losing a lot of his energy. 1.5 kilometers remaining. I start the sprint. I lose all of my energy here with KoRail. 700 meters left to go. This would have been the time to sprint. We wouldn't have gotten first during this race, but a top 10 would have definitely been possible here for us. Sadly, we did not sprint properly, and we end up here in 17th position. Elfstedenrace in 18th. A very tough race here for us today. 2 top 20 positions here in this 1.1 race. We could have raced a bit harder here, I feel, in this race. We could have done a bit better here. Probably done a bit more tactical of a race, but again, these 1.1 stages are not our specialty. These flat races here in these 1.1 stages are still unknown to us. It is good to get this experience, and you see me also checking out these other riders. I'm curious who won, as it is the Norwegian rider here, but I'm just curious to see like what are their stats and how are they, and maybe we can sign them for next year. How did they perform so much better than us? And honestly, Christoph KoRail, way better stats than the guy that won today. So we could have won today. We probably, if we had a bit better tactics, we could have done a bit better and gotten at least a top 10 or kind of maybe even got on the podium. But the breakaway was away for too long. We raced really hard to catch up to them and failed. So yeah, in the end, a top 20 for us. Now let's quickly move on to the Tour de Taiwan, our first and only multi-day stage race of today. A 2.1 stage race, so it will be a difficult one.
Welcome. Today's terrain is fairly level, so it's ideal ground for those who are good on the flat.
And this is an important one. I think last year we wanted to get a top 20 there. I was very confident, and we very much fell out of that top 20 very quickly. Today we have a lot of our, we basically have Fietskar, one of our mountain riders, Jae Hwan-jun, another one of our mountain riders, KoRail Christoph, an excellent sprinter, Kim Sung-bong to assist in the mountains, and Verity as well to assist KoRail in his sprints. So a lot of really good riders here today, basically most of our A-team, to be honest, along with us here today. We do have in between sprint points here, that means in between bonus seconds, so I definitely want to get that. But you see me jumping away here with KoRail, but the group knows how strong he is and doesn't want to cooperate at all, so it will just be us sitting here in the peloton, conserving energy, making sure that our riders are okay, making sure that KoRail Christoph and the others are okay as well. Second in between sprint point, I'm trying to position properly. You see me going here on the outside with KoRail managing to get across the line here as second. That means at least 2 bonus seconds and bonus points here for us. The bonus seconds are what is important. I want to do a good general classification here for us with Christoph KoRail or with Fietske, one of the two. I think those will be our main riders, as I don't think these stages are too hilly, and I don't think Jae Hwan-jun will be able to do too much. Important for us here now is that we are positioned properly towards the end. The final corner is important. The finish is basically just around the corner. So as long as we are up front and positioned properly here with our sprint train, we should be able to do well. Kim Sung-bong leading out, starting out first. Jae Hwan-jun as well here in second, making sure that our train is positioned as nicely as possible, making sure that Christoph KoRail can deliver here properly. Again, 2 bonus seconds for him already. That means that he is in a pretty decent position. We just need to make sure that the rest of the group is basically pulled apart as much as possible. That will be a tricky one. This is quite the street parkour, which means it's always kind of difficult to push the rest of the peloton away from each other and break it apart. However, with our sprinting, we are doing extremely well. We are still up front. You see some riders here on the right trying to get past Christoph KoRail. 1 kilometer left to go. I do a very early sprint, and that's because of this corner. Generally, we will not lose any energy in this corner. So I do a very early sprint. 500 meters left to go. Here is the finish line. As I said, just around the corner. Christoph KoRail with determination and showiness, getting across the line here as first. Elfstedenrace in third place. A really good showing, I think, for us here in this first stage of the Tour of Taiwan. 2 bonus seconds plus the first place should propel us into first place here in the general classification. Elfstedenrace also getting some bonus seconds that should put him into a pretty good spot in general classification as well. And the rest of our team will just do their best in the next couple of stages. Again, 3 hilly stages after this. They do flatten out towards the end, so as long as KoRail can get there properly, I think he will do well on those stages towards the end as well. However, if those stages become too difficult, then maybe Fitzke or Jae-Won-Jun really need to show up and show how good they are in those mountains and in those hills. As you can see, general classification, Christoph KoRail, number 1, a 6-second lead on the number 2. Øystein Fedderty currently in 3rd position. Fantastic job here by our Czech rider. Incredible job here by him today. Points classification first as well, thanks to those 2 bonus seconds, or 2 bonus points I should say, and becoming first here in this stage. An excellent position here in our first in the first 2.1 race of this season, I should say. Getting bonus points, getting additional money here for our team, both incredibly important, especially looking towards next year when we want to get a better position, get better riders, and really position towards that Tour de France. Really try and be able to even get a wildcard for it and get into some good positions for participation for us. Currently also first in the team classification. I would not have expected anything less with a 1st and 3rd place here today. So yeah, really good. Visibility of 10, of course. I mean, if you win the first stage in the Tour of Taiwan, I hope to be in a good visibility as well. 3rd place here for Fedderty, Øystein. Shin Bum-young is the best placed Korean rider, 3.5 star potential. Surprising that he is the best placed Korean rider. And then Park Ji-won, the one after that as well. 3.5 stars as well. Pretty good potential in some of those stats there, but maybe not good enough for the Tour de France. The rest of our team ending up in 39th or towards the 39th position, a bit more towards the back. Still pretty good positioning, I would say, here for our riders, even though they got across the finish line a little bit later. It's still pretty good to be around 15th position here with Fitzke and around a 20th something position with Jae-Won-Jun. On to the second stage, a much hillier stage here for us today in the Tour de Taiwan. 3 hill points towards the end, 3 King of the Mountain points and 1 in between sprint point. Let's see what we can do.
The route is fairly hilly, so there should be plenty of action. We should have sun along the whole length of the route.
There we are, sun across the whole length of the route. That means that this is a pretty good stage here for KoRail. Great stats here for him today as well. I don't think the breakaway will make it towards the end, so it's important for us to maintain a position in the peloton, maintain a defensive position as well. You see here already some crashes happening. If that is one of our riders, that would be a bit, that would not be great. That would not be great. And you see the peloton chasing after this breakaway. There are some riders in there apparently that they don't like. I want to relax here with KoRail and see what we can do. Up until these mountain points, you see the breakaway now has been caught. Jae-Won-Jun, I want to move forward. He is our number 1 mountain rider here in this team. Let's see if we can get the mountain jersey here as well with him. That would be ideal. Getting across the line here as first at least, already getting some mountain points. On to the second one, another position, or I'm trying to position Jae-Won-Jun here again. His energy is incredibly low, but I'm hoping that even without his red bar being up, he is able to move towards the front. Will he make it here? Can he lead this group? Ooh, I don't know if we made it here towards the end. I think we might not have. Barely. 17 points, however, here in the best climber classification. Tied for first place. There is another hill point coming up, and you see me positioning here. Kim Sung-bong up front, 1.3 kilometers to go. 3 kilometers before the end of this stage. Is the hill point important for us or not? I don't think so, honestly. I think the stage win is much more important for us. Fedderty already out of energy, sadly. Fitzke as well. This has been a very tough race here towards the end, where first our riders were positioned relatively well, I should say. And now towards the end, it becomes more difficult. A flat section here towards the end. 1 kilometer left to go. I should sprint here. Jae-Won-Jun, can he make it towards the line? He did lead out reasonably well. KoRail Christoph, 1 rider in front. There will definitely not be another first place here in today's stage. But, however, where will we? Jae-Won-Jun, 3rd place for him. Fantastic job. Christoph KoRail, 4th place as well for him. An unexpected 3rd place, honestly. Even though he had a lot of energy left here towards the end, I did not expect Jae-Won-Jun to get across the line here as 3rd. a good position here for him. Additional bonus seconds, additional points here for him as well here in this race, so that's great. Karl Christoph, who still first in this race. You see the rider from Luxembourg moving up 43 positions, the Italian rider 46 positions. Our positions are under pressure. Jae Hwan-jun moving 20 positions up himself. Many of the sprinters had a lot of difficulties here towards the end. You see them dropping down like flies, dropping many positions. Thankfully, we were able to keep Karl Christoph defended, making sure that he got towards the end in a relatively good position. Jae Hwan-jun getting, I think, 4 or 2 additional bonus seconds as well here towards the end, boosting him up all the way until 5th position. Betcity still in a good position as well, which is surprising. I thought he would drop off because he ran out of energy quite quickly, but he is still in 5th position as well. Currently 10 seconds behind our number 1, Karl Christoph. On towards the 3rd stage, another hilly stage. You see that peak in the middle here. Could be tricky, but a downhill finish for us.
The route is fairly hilly, so there should be plenty of action.
Like I said, a downhill finish for us today. That means that our sprinters could actually do reasonably well here. Karl Christoph again with a +3. Fitzke sadly with a -2. Jae Hwan-jun, however, being in a pretty good position. Maybe if I can jump away with him, I can secure those mountain points. There is basically a how do you call it? A climb here positioned as the number 1 category, which means that there will be a lot of points here on the line for Jae Hwan-jun to get. He does manage to get away from what I'm seeing. The group, will they let him go? The peloton seems intent on chasing slightly there. It's not as easy to do. In the meantime, with Karl Christoph, we'll try and defend him together with Paul Fitzke as well. And that combination of riders should work out well. Here towards the first mountain point, Jae Hwan-jun in the front of the peloton sadly did not manage to be part of the breakaway. Probably got caught, and then 3 riders left. However, I do want these mountain points. There are a lot of mountain points here up for grabs. 2 riders riding away. Did they go too early? Did I mess up slightly? Some additional riders sadly in front of me. It does mean that we get some bonus. How many do we get here? 4. At least 4 additional climber points here for us today. That does mean that we go up all the way to 21 points. First position currently in the climbers classification. That means that we do have the mountain jersey for us today. I do another little jump here away here, 1 kilometer off the last little mountain in between mountain sprint, but 1 kilometer before this in between mountain point is sadly too far away, and I don't manage to get the points here. Thankfully, our rivals don't get it either. That means we're still first here in this classification. 17 kilometers left to go. We need to start setting up here with our sprint train and try to deliver a good sprint. Again, a downhill sprint for us, so that should fit our sprinters reasonably well. Kim Sung-bong already did a pretty good push basically in the up and downhill section that you see slightly before this. So he is exhausted and done for today. Jae Hwan-jun also exhausted and done for today. He's gotten his mountain jersey. He's happy to do it, to do that and defend it. And so we need to lead out with our riders. Fitzke, who normally would be part of this sprint train a bit later, who would be to partake in the sprint, now leading out as he has a -2 statistic today. Betcity with a +3, excellent sprint stats today. Leading out now here for Karl. 1 kilometer left to go. Big sprint here by Karl. Can he contain? There's a rider here on the right. Can they beat him? He does run out of energy. Karl Christoph seems to get across the line here as first. He does. Karl Christoph, another first place here in the Tour of Taiwan in a hilly stage. Thankfully, managing to get across the line here as first. A downhill sprint for us today. Curious where all the other sprinters will end up in the general classification. Managed to get across these mountains relatively well, and with a downhill section, it was a bit easier for us to do a nice little lead out and a nice little sprint away. What happened to our other riders? We'll have to see in the general classification what happened with them. Øystein Betcity getting across the line here as 7th. Number 1, Christoph Karl, and that means he did extend his lead today from a 4-second lead, or maybe I think it was 6-second lead of the number 2. Now a 14-second lead on the number 2. Excellent job here by him, making sure that he extends his lead only more, and that is fantastic for us. Jae Hwan-jun, best climber currently in this race, thankfully extending, or basically getting enough points to keep his lead and extend it slightly. So 2 more stages to go. In the last stage I don't think there are any mountain points, so that should be pretty good. We just need to make sure that we defend it in the next one, and then we should be pretty settled. Christoph Krall with 2 wins, also the leader currently in the points classification, and because of his age, also in the young riders classification. We are currently 5th in the team classification, but that doesn't really matter for us too much. First again in this race, first currently in the general classification. You see here a 20-second lead to Betcity Oysen. The French rider here moving up 16 places, that is incredible. Moving Jae Hwan-jun and Oysen Betcity down 1 position. Kim Sung-bum losing a lot of positions here, sadly exhausted towards the end, dropping out of the main peloton, losing a lot of positions. And yeah, difficult race here for us today, but managed to eke out that victory here towards the end. Impressed by Carl Christoph's sprint. I thought he was going to lose it, but managed to eke it out onto the 4th stage.
It's an undulating route, so it will be a tactical race.
Another hilly race. You see here a flat section again towards the end. We just need to survive that last climb there. And I want to jump forward here with Jae Hwan-jun. There are additional bonus seconds up for grabs here today for us, and we can secure our mountain jersey. If we can get bonus seconds, a good amount of bonus seconds, he might be even able to move up in the general classification. He is currently in 7th position, 20 seconds off Christoph Krall. So yeah, we need to be in a good position here with Jae Hwan-jun. He does have decent hill stats again for us as well. And 1 kilometer here before the sprint set, you see a pretty decent group as well. 7 riders, but we are not really getting away from the peloton. Only 50 seconds away. A big sprint here by Jae Hwan-jun. Getting across the line as first. 3 additional bonus seconds here today for him. Fantastic job here by Hwan-jun Jae. And basically increasing his, we're starting to move up slowly in the general classification. 1 minute on the clock now between the peloton. Again, not ideal for us, and we need to save some energy here towards this first mountain point. Jae Hwan-jun already quite exhausted. You see his yellow bar already dipping quite low, so yeah, a difficult area for us. Now on to 1 kilometer for the climbers. You see the peloton has gained on us incredibly. We are 20 seconds out. I did a big attack here from Jae Hwan-jun to make sure that we stay up front in front of the peloton, so we can secure these mountain points. And now we basically just need to survive this mountain and try to get across it with Jae Hwan-jun. He is a pretty good climber. This is a flat section. I'm hoping for him to be able to restore some energy. As you see, the red bar slowly but surely going up. But this will be a very difficult race for Jae Hwan-jun. His yellow bar already done. And yeah, we just basically need to survive with him. On to basically the final climb, 5 kilometers left to go. This is a very difficult section here for us. Kim Sung-bum doing a fantastic push here. Our hill support rider having fantastic stats as well. A little bit of a downhill section. I want to make it difficult here for the other riders. I want to break up the peloton. I want to destroy any of the sprinters that we have left. You see the peloton sometimes breaking a little bit. You see some riders dropping off slowly but surely, and I want to keep up this pace. Already sprinting kind of with Carl Christoph moving up this hill. Maybe not the best idea. Maybe I should have saved him a bit more towards the end. You see some other riders coming through now. 500 meters left to go here. Jae Hwan-jun, can he get across the line here first? Yes, he can. Both mountain points, in between mountain points, 1 here for him today. And now it is a bit of a downhill section, so let's see what we can accomplish here with our riders. Betcity already dropping off. The rest of the peloton struggling as well. Carl Christoph moving slowly but surely backwards. And I still want to try and break up the peloton as much as possible. 6 kilometers before the end, I successfully broke up the peloton. Sadly, it included Carl Christoph, which, again, maybe tactics-wise, not the best idea for us here. Not the best strategy for us today. I really wanted to push on and see what we can do here. But yeah, dropping Christoph Krall here, maybe not the best choice here. 3 kilometers left to go. I only have Jae Hwan-jun here in this lead-out train that I have left. it will be incredibly difficult for him to push all the way towards the end. These corners are helping to not spend too much energy. 2 kilometers left to go. I do a big sprint here with Fietske. It is very, very early. 1 kilometer left. Fietske is still sprinting. Can he maintain his energy? He does until 300 meters before the finish line. And then he sadly runs out. Fietske. Sadly, getting across line here 7. No victory here today for Fietske. Jae Hwan-jun also dropping from this first group, 30 seconds, 40 seconds behind. Christoph Krol sprinting for as good of a position as possible. But again, strategy-wise, not the best for us today. Christoph Krol getting across line here is 56, almost 2 minutes behind the main group. Yeah, not the best strategy for us here today, and that shows that, I am human. I do make mistakes. Jae Hwan-jun moving up the 3rd position, actually, in the general classification. We lose the 1st position here with Christoph Krol. Fietske also moving up to a top 10 position. Maybe we can still accomplish something with these 2 riders, but if I chose this strategy a little bit better, I think I could have won this entire tour if I protected Karl Christoph here in this last climb, did well with him towards this finish. I probably could have positioned him pretty well towards the front. Maybe he would have even won this stage and then extending our lead even more. But for now, Jae Hwan-jun in 3rd position, 3 seconds behind the number 1. Let's see if we can gain those 3 seconds here in this race. I don't think he will win it, but maybe we can get some in-between seconds.
Today's terrain is fairly level, so it's ideal ground for those who are good on the flat. The race will take place in beautiful sunny conditions.
Beautiful sunny conditions here for us today. Jae Hwan-jun -1. I want to race away here with Fietske. 10 seconds behind the number 1. That means that if he can get some bonus seconds, he would move up a lot. But yeah, it's going to be a tricky race for us. The peloton seems to be hellbent on not letting us go. I still want to try and get away here with Fietske. And in the meantime, we'll try to defend Karl Christoph and Jae Hwan-jun. Maybe we can try and hold on and, maybe catch up to the breakaway later. And maybe gain some additional bonus seconds here towards the end. But it's going to be tricky. 2 kilometers or 3 kilometers here towards the end. A big attack here by Jae Hwan-jun. Big attack to get these bonus seconds. Still 2 kilometers to go. So honestly, even this, it was a very, very early attack. A lot of riders also racing after him immediately. They do not want to let him go. The mountain points not interesting enough for us anymore. So we spend all our energy here to get these 3 in-between seconds. So we should be tied first. If we can get a second anywhere here, we should be able to win this tour. But getting this second will be the tricky part. Again, mountain second points are not as interesting here for us. Again, we very, very easily have obtained this mountain jersey. That's what really matters for us. Maybe we can get another win here with Karl Christoph. I don't know. Maybe I should have just done this race a bit better tactically. Again, big mistake in the last race here to let Karl Christoph go behind, or let him be behind. It's going to be tricky. Maybe we can drop some sprinter, or maybe some sprinters are dropped. Maybe they are totally fine and they will do well here. In the meantime, Jae Hwan-jun, such low energy, also thanks to his negative statistics today. Karl Christoph will be our sprinter. Hopefully we can manage to do something with him. 4 kilometers left to go. We have our lead-out train going full swing for us today. If we can even finish in the peloton, I think I will be pretty happy. Tied for first at this moment. And yeah, big sprint here with 2 kilometers left to go here by Fietske Paul. 2 kilometers left to go. Big lead out now by Betcity and Krol. Krol passing both Betcity and the other rider here. Can he get across the line here as first? Yes, he can. And another amazing result, to be honest, here by Betcity. Ooh, Jae Hwan-jun losing the groups here slightly with 14 seconds. Hopefully this will not impact him too much. I should not have used him as a lead out. Maybe I should have done a sprint with him instead. In the end, though, Christoph Krol, another victory here for us today in this Tour de Taiwan. That should move him up a couple of spaces. Same for Oystein Betcity. Another 6 bonus seconds. Maybe that will actually give him the win. I don't think so. I think the difference was about 10 seconds for him at least. But it should move him up a couple of spaces in the general classification. Looking at the general classification, split first place. That means that Hwan-jun Jae is third in the general classification. He does get the points classification, or he does get the best climbers classification. We do maintain the points classification as well. And sadly, Jae Hwan-jun, third in the Tour de Taiwan, same time as our French and Luxembourg rider. We are so close to winning this. We were so close to winning this. Maybe if I played it better with KoRail Christoph, could have probably won this one. Sadly, in the end, no victory here for us in the general classification. KoRail Christoph moving up a couple of places as well. Fredrik Oysen. Oh, I didn't realize that he was 3 minutes now behind the main group. Sadly, not moving up any positions. We do have the points jersey, the mountain jersey, and sadly, our second here in the young riders classification. Wow, this rider from Luxembourg here, also fantastic. So maybe also an interesting rider for us to sign next season. We'll have to see. In the end, Jae Hwan-jun, third place in the Tour of Taiwan. Pretty good job by him. Unexpected, honestly, as most of these stages ended up being flat stages and sprint stages. But yeah, tactically, Jae Hwan-jun carrying, thankfully, in the fourth stage. Should have done better here with KoRail Christoph. Next up, Grand Prix Apollon Tempo, our Turkish race here, a 1.2 race. Interesting to see what we will do here in this flat race.
Today's terrain is fairly level, so it's ideal ground for those who are good on the flat.
And we are excellent on the flats. We have proven this time and time again. We have a very large team here with us today. I think a total of 8 riders. Is that 8? No, 7? Sorry, 7 riders. I want to set Hong out. I don't want to get surprised here at any point with the breakaway. Maybe they will make it towards the end, so I want Hong in that group to cover it off. If we can get a win with one of those riders as well, that would be fun. We don't have KoRail Christoph here with us today, or any of the other sprinters that I would normally send out with for the major wins, because they need some rest, they need some recovery time. We do have Heo, Ko Owen, and Kim Hyun-suk, so that should be a pretty good team for us here today. I can spoil it for you already. The breakaway will not make it towards the end, so that means that with our other riders, we are just going to protect them, make sure that they're safe, and do a good sprint here towards the end. Let's quickly head towards the end here. 8 kilometers, I should say, left to go. I'm slowly setting up the sprint train. I'm very, very late with it, to be honest. So it is a very disorganized sprint train. I want to try and do a good sprint here with Kim Hyun-suk and Ko Owen. I would love to have our Korean riders have a little bit more wins. The sprinters are being dominated here by other riders. 5 kilometers left to go. I have such a large amount of riders left. It is also a bit of a downhill section currently, so that's not really draining too much of our energy. If it was slightly uphill, it probably would have been a lot worse. But yeah, Jae Hwan-jun, a beast currently after the Tour of Taiwan. Huge stamina as well. Doing a really good lead out, basically pumping through here in these last 3 kilometers. Taking an entire kilometer here where he just sprints full gas. Heyo, not in the best conditions here today. Big sprint here by him. Sprinting now with everyone. 1 kilometer to go. Who will win? Is it Carpentier? No, it's Yon! Yon, actually! Yon! Yes! Yes, Yon! A very unexpected win here by Yon. Wow, I did not pay any attention to him at all. I was expecting Kim Hyun-suk or Ko Owen to do really well here. They were our main sprinters here today. Carpentier, maybe with the lead out, would have done pretty good as well. But Yon actually jumping away from the wheel of Carpentier, winning his first race of the season. Fantastic job here by Ji-hwan Yon. A very unexpected one as well. Carpentier and Kyung-suk Kim ending up 8th and 9th, building in the way of this celebration here of Yon, sadly. But yeah, fantastic job here by Yon. 2 successes last season, another one this one. He is basically leading the successes of our previous season's team. Jae Hwan-jun obviously doing incredible, but he is a new signee. And Yon, the first victor of the 2025 of our 2025 team here in this 2026 season. Fantastic job here by Yon. Really proud of him. Getting another race under his belt, getting another victory under his belt. 2 big results for him last season. And now scoring another one, this one. Sadly missing out on the visit South Asian Islands. But now getting a win here in the Grand Prix Apollon Temple. here in Turkey. Fantastic and very surprising job here by Johan. On to the Grand Prix Breda Collioure, a very difficult race for us, as I said last season, a very hilly race. Last season we did not even end up in the top 20, or maybe we did end up in the top 20 barely. Let's see how we'll do.
It's an undulating route, so it will be a tactical race. The race will take place in beautiful weather conditions.
So yeah, a very hilly race here for us today. I do have most of my mountain riders with us as well. Yusarang with a +3 actually today, so pretty good statistics. I do not believe the breakaway will make it all the way towards the end. So what will be important for us is that we protect Jae Won-jun, our best mountain rider here, towards the end to try and make sure that he survives relatively well. And if our sprinters do so as well, maybe we have Kim Yeon-sok or maybe Carpentier or Cole Owen to do well here. So I'm protecting Cole here, one of our main sprinters, and he's actually, and I'll show the next episode, actually developing more towards a hill rider, which is slightly surprising. Anyway, last 8 kilometers left to go. You see here Kim Hyun-sok absolutely exhausted. The hills a bit too much here for our sprinter. Kim Sung-bom, our mountain support rider, also absolutely exhausted. Yusarang only able to stay as long as he could thanks to his fantastic statistics here today. There is an uphill sprint, 5 kilometers left to go. There is a little group of 3 here left that is trying to get away, but I'm sure that we will catch up to them in these last little 4 kilometers. Carpentier here with a massive lead out, doing an incredible job. What a stamina this man has, incredible. And here come the attacks. Here come the attacks from the back, making sure that they make our lives difficult. There is a big gap here by this rider, immediately 15 seconds, and he keeps pushing. We are unable to really catch up with him. 1.4 kilometers left to go. It is uphill, as I said. Will he lose his energy? Will he stop racing? Jae Hwan-jun also still a bit of a late sprint here with Cole Owen. 400 meters left to go. I sprint very late with him. Cole Owen, can he get across the line in a podium finish? No, he cannot, sadly. Getting passed by a lot of riders here towards the end. A little bit disappointing here by Cole Owen. 5th position here in the end. Rory Townsend, our nemesis of many other races, winning today's race. Fantastic. Congratulations, Rory. What a fantastic job here by him. Really showing up in many of these races, doing a fantastic performance. So, good job. Cole Owen, 5th here today. Jae Won-jun at 10th. Not really the results that I was expected, but at least it's better than last year where we got like a top 20. Here you see Rory Townsend, a 4-star potential or 4-star evaluation. Fantastic result by him today. Really, really well done. Good job. Now on to the last race of this episode, but certainly not least the Guangxi Phai International Road Race.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Today's terrain is fairly level, so it's ideal ground for those who are good on the flat.
And we are generally pretty good on the flats. We are pretty good sprinters. Sadly, Ayo, Kim Hyun-sok, Van Strijtem all have a -1 statistic today. I'm going to send Kim Hyun-sok into the breakaway, however. I kind of wanted to do it with Heo because, you know, he is one of the better Korean sprinters that we have. But he was too far in the back, so Kim Hyun-sok being sent out here in the breakaway. I don't think they will make it towards the end, but if they do, at least we have Kim Hyun-sok in there. With our remaining riders, we'll just position properly and make sure they are defended and, you know, relax here towards the end. Again, if the breakaway makes it towards the end, then at least we have Kim Hyun-sok in there. But my hopes are not very high for this. And yeah, towards the end, 10 kilometers left to go, or a little bit less than 10 kilometers left to go. You see the breakaway is not really there anymore. There's a little group of 3 ahead of us. Kim Hyun-sok is dead. He tried to stay out as long as possible, but sadly, we caught up to him a bit too quickly. That means we do need to have our sprint train in order, and we are looking pretty good. We overtake the little breakaway that is there, and we are very much up front. We are leading the peloton here with 5 kilometers left to go, doing a very large lead out. Van Strijtem currently basically doing a beast of a lead out, basically on the lead out for about 2 kilometers and still going. Really, really good job by him. Even though he doesn't have the best statistics today, he's doing very well. Heyo also not the best statistics today. I would have sprinted with him, but yeah, maybe not the best for him. Big lead out now by Heyo. 2 kilometers left to go. What can we do here with Turnbull and Fietske? 1 kilometer left. Turnbull with an incredible acceleration. Fietske jumping from his wheel. Can he make it here towards the line? There's another rider challenging him. But no, he does make it here towards the line. Another rider here in Fietske's wheel. Getting across the line as second. Turnbull as third. Fantastic result here in our 1.2 race. Basically keeping that victory streak going in these 1.2 races. We are doing incredibly well. Only the mountainous ones are not our forte, but you know, we can let those go. Paul Fietske winning the last race here of this episode. Fantastic job here by him. Even on extreme difficulty, we do keep proving that we are a fantastic team, that our riders have a lot of potential, that they are worthy of doing incredible results. First, obviously, in the general classification here. First in the team classification as well, thanks to our fantastic positioning. Again, incredible result here for us today. Good results as well in the Tour de Taiwan. We will not talk about the Betcity Elfstedenrace because that was rough. Anyway, fantastic result here by Paul Fietske. Third place for Turnbull, Joseph, and the rest of our team getting in a top 20th position over the line here, which is pretty good still. We are definitely very, very strong here in these 1.2 races. We are proving how strong we are in these 1.2 races. I feel like we might be a bit too high level for them, especially with some of our riders. If you look at Heo, he definitely fits in that 1.2 category, slightly towards the top of that 1.2, but a Paul Fietske or a Christoph KoRail are just slightly above the level, and that means that we are winning a lot of races with them. So hope that you guys don't mind these great results. And as you saw here in the Tour de Taiwan and in the Betcity Elfstedenrace, you know, we do make mistakes and we do not get victories all the time there. So those races are still a bit difficult for us. We are measuring up slowly and surely against those top teams. You see me highlighting here Turnbull Joseph and Fietske Paul, two riders with fantastic potential. Hopefully we can keep developing them. On to our points overview and victory overview. Christoph KoRail still very much into the lead. Fantastic job here by him. 3 first places in 0.1 races as well. 3 victories in the Tour de Taiwan. Jae Hwanjun 2 third places in 2 of this, or 1 in the stage and 1 in the general classification. Fantastic job here by Jae Hwanjun. Oystein Ferretti, for someone who got his stats reduced massively, doing incredibly well. So let's hopefully keep this up with him. And the rest of our riders, no notable results here in those 1.1 races. We have been dominating them with KoRail, Christoph, and others. So, yeah, that's it for today. A shorter episode. I hope you guys still enjoyed. Hope you guys enjoy the development of our riders and how we're doing. And hope to see you guys next episode. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. Hope you guys enjoyed. And look forward to the next episode where we'll do more 0.1 races and some pro races as well, so it's going to be a very tricky and difficult episode for us. Hope to see you then. Hope you enjoyed this one as well. See you next time. Bye.